Y'all, I'm really starting not to like Giselle much. I still think she's pretty. I still think she's relatable. I still think she's one of the most down to earth women on the show. And all that good stuff, but and obviously the most popular woman of on the Potomac cast. But I'm really starting not to like her. She gives me the way that Karen kind of treats her, and the way that Charisse definitely treated her, like on the first episode when she had the her hairstylist in the house and she was cooking for her and all that stuff. The way that Karen and Charisse treats Giselle is the way that Giselle treats Katie and Ashley, for sure. Like, it's just very weird. Like, she had people kind of on her side the whole time, but she's kind of coming around doing the same damn thing. She's extra shady. And it doesn't come off as funny really to me. It just comes off as kind of rude and mean a little bit. But anyway, um so the episode began with um Robin, Ashley, Katie, and Giselle. They're all meeting up to talk about the Rost Foundation, which is Katie's foundation, funded by or founded by her parents, I believe. Some charity stuff. And she originally wanted Karen to be a part of her hosting committee. She was gonna have, a bunch of hosts or whatever she's trying to do. And she wanted Karen to do it, but Karen was like, she's too booked and absolutely not. And so Katie was like, okay, well, give me them contacts, bitch. Give me your Rolodex. She was just like, you're not going to get that as well. So good luck. So they went to the whole party on the boat, which Karen hosted. And Katie, she decided to ask Giselle to be a part of it. And then later on, I guess she asked Robin, or maybe Giselle asked Robin for her, whatever. So they all sitting around talking, and basically, all the girls start grilling Katie on how excuse me, how they didn't want to be a part of a hot mess, and how, okay, well, how much money you trying to raise? It was like, okay, it's in 2 weeks. Okay, well, what's do you got venues lined up? Like, who's the people that's, gonna be at the door, yada yada. What about the food? What about them babies? Where they gonna be? Anybody gonna be running around chasing them? They just started asking all kind of questions, somewhat attacking her. And Ashley was just sitting right there with a smirk on her face the whole time. Maybe Ashley was still a little salty with Katie, the fact that she jumped in her damn car at her birthday party. But they was all just sitting around and basically grilling Katie. And you can tell she felt attacked. She felt defensive, and she was just like, you know what? Fuck both of y'all, and neither one of y'all hookers got to come to want to be a host of my thing. And it was just like, dang, Katie, you being a little bit defensive or whatever. But how do you expect for Katie to act? Like, you're basically attacking her. And I understand the fact that they don't want to be a part of something that could be a disaster. But just chill out and give the girl a break. Like, she asked you, trust, that she got her shit together. I mean, I kind of get both sides, but the way that they did it was just rude. If anything, just help her to make sure, since it's more of y'all now, since it's three of y'all now, that's helping Katie, like, just help her make sure that she got everything together. Don't just, since you're a part of it now, don't just sit back and just chill out. And Katie was like, okay, well, if it is a hot mess, you're gonna, attack me. But if it ain't a hot mess and I raise a lot of money, you're gonna want a portion and this and that. And they was just like, no, we're gonna congratulate you and this and that. Just real shady ass thing. I was like, okay. This is the one episode where I felt a little bad for Katie. I in general don't like Katie, but I did, feel bad for her, whatever, because she was going through it in this episode. Her hair is really, I wish she run a flat iron through that hair. And it's not actually hers anyway. It's a weave. I saw on Twitter she got some fro now, which is her actual hair. So I just wish she combed the yaki out a little bit. It looked real mad. And she used to be trying to flip it and shit. Like, girl, you can't get your fingers through that. Stop playing. Stop doing it for the vine. All right, so all the girls are getting ready because Ashley has invited all the girls to her beach house to have a little girls trip moment. Um, Ashley arrives to pick up Karen, because Karen is the queen bee. Karen is the top bitch, the older bitch in charge. Just a cunt, a witch, all that good stuff, shady and fun. And she was just like, you know what, I really need Karen, and I really want to be a part of the circle. This is Ashley. So she was just like, look, I'll just be Karen's chauffeur and show her around and this and that. So Ashley arrives to Karen's house, and Ashley has her little dog with her unruly ass dog. And so they all walk up, and Karen was just like, okay, well, what about the dog? What about the dog? You know how Karen is. And she's just like, I don't play, with animals and stuff. And she pulled up in this little Corvette, real tight, just a two-seater. She was just like, well, where's the dog going to be? I'm kind of one of those people, too. To be honest, I'm kind of scared of animals. But as long as it's trained and as long as I'll pet it, let it sniff me and all that. But as long as it's not real aggressive with me, then I'm fine. But I'm kind of that way with animals too. And what I mean by that is that I feel like our animal should definitely have its place. When everybody's out eating or it's a bunch of people around, I think you should put your animals up. I don't get those people who's having like a house party or something and is all kind of food around and all that, and you just got your dogs walking back and forth in between people, sitting there looking at you on the floor, hoping that you drop something so it can eat it, shaking dog hair everywhere. I'm not about that life. Like, no, because there's no way that you can get rid of all the hair in the house. Like, there's no way unless you're just constantly cleaning. Well, that means that you're constantly at home, and most people ain't constantly at home, and the last thing they want to do constantly at home, if they are constantly at home, is pick up dog hair. You feel me? Or cats or whatever. I'm more so afraid of cats than dogs, so which is weird. But let's see. So they have that whole thing, and on another side of town, here comes Katie. Katie is coming to pick up Giselle, and then all of a sudden, here comes Brene, which is Sharice's friend, who had on that yellow romper that the first and second episode. And then here comes Robin. So they're all like packed up in Katie's car, all of them. And so they're having a little conversation. They talk and zipping it and doing it and doing it and zipping it. Okay, so we get to the house and everybody arrives. First of all, Karen has the best room. Ashley, she gave Karen the best room, because she wasn't having any other way. Karen Huger, whatever her last name is. And the girls eat. Everybody eats. It was just like, oh, Karen arrived first. She looked real comfortable. It's because Ashley came and picked her ass up. So they're all eating or whatever. You can tell they don't like the food. It looked a mess. I don't know what it was. It looked like some kind of salad disaster. Um, and shit probably gave them salmonella or something. But anyway, the vendor hands Ashley the damn bill right in front of them, and I was tripping. Like Giselle was tripping. It was just like a vendor don't hand you the bill like right in front of everybody. It was real. It was real ratchet. I was like, oh no. And then the lady looked like she was ready to go, and she was like bougie, but then she looked like hick trash, and I was just like, what the hell? It was just real ratchet. So I was like, damn, that's shade. So anyway, um, Ashley shows the girls their rooms. Robin and Giselle share a room together, and it's like real tight little bunk beds, like single beds, like small boots for kids. They start laughing and falling out. Giselle, she was just like, I can't deal with that. Karen rubbing it in their face the whole time. She got her own room and her own bathroom. And she's just like, Ashley, I told you what to do with these divas. You shut it down. You let them know what's up. And Sharice and Brene, they have their own room. And then Katie has her own room. But the catch is Katie, Sharice, and Brene have to share their own bathroom. And so I was just like, okay. And what I thought was very rude and ugly was Sharice and Giselle calling hotels right in front of the girl, looking for accommodations, looking for hotels. They found out everything was booked, just acting like they're disgusted to be there. I'm like, this girl did not have to invite y'all there. They just acted very, very hateful and rude. I couldn't stand that. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's a beach house. Like, Come on now. Like, it was crazy. She could have just left y'all. It was very rude, but they apologized slightly, but you can tell they really didn't want to. Ashley is taking a lot from these girls. I wouldn't take jack shit from them. So anyway, the girls decided to go surfing. Ashley set up surfing classes. Well, actually, it was Katie, Ashley, Brittany, and Robin went surfing. Giselle, Sharice, and Karen, they sitting on the sidelines in their beach chairs like divas and just sitting there talking shit. So I'm like, y'all getting wiped out, and I'm glad we're not doing that shit and this and that. I probably would have been, somewhere near them, you know, just stretched out, chilling. Because I don't know if I could do surfing. I want to try surfing, but it's really like a fear of mine. But I have to face all my fears in life, I guess. Eventually, everybody does. It's only right. Um, okay, so what happens after that? The girls was hungry. They wanted to go eat some crabs. So it's Bernice, Sharice, and Katie. They go and eat. They go and find some crab or whatever to eat. All the girls are excited about that. She decides to, since Robin and Giselle is out, I guess she decides to invite Sharice and Bernice to be the host on her committee, because she felt some kind of way with Robin and Giselle, and they was like coming for them, and her feelings was hurt basically. So she decided, she tried Karen first. No, Sharice and Robin didn't work out, so now she's trying. I mean, Robin and Giselle didn't work out. Now she's trying Sharice and Bernice. So it's just like, wow, okay. So they all get back to the house. They all eat crab. Um, Sharice brings up this thing where she started. It's kind of like a breathe again moment. Tony Braxton, like for all the women to to just express how they feel about each woman that's in the circle right now and who's at this table. Just say something nice to the woman. Apparently, she started this years ago. Robin said that she's very thankful for Sharice because her and Sharice have been friends the longest, like 13 years. They met. One's husband was a basketball coach. One husband was actually a player on that team. And so they've been knowing each other the longest. And there you go. Thankful for their friendship, yada yada. Here comes Giselle shady ass. Giselle says to Katie, she was just like, Katie, one thing I admire about you is that, sometimes you say crazy stuff and it's seemingly, silly or stupid. But then I sit back and think about it, be like, oh my gosh, this girl's a genius. Giselle, did you really think that girl was gonna take that as a damn compliment? Did you really think that she was gonna take that as a compliment? All right, and Katie, she just felt some kind of way, and you can tell on the next episode she's gonna, talk to Giselle about that because Giselle is openly being very shady and ugly to Katie, and Ashley for that matter. But she's kind of more so laying it on the younger girls now. I don't know. Giselle seemed like she might have a little bit insecurities, and she, might be a little jealous or something. I don't know. It's coming off like that, or they're just the weaker, or personalities, or the more passive personalities. So she just feel like she can do that to them. But that was crazy. So let's see what's next. So the girls, they go back into the house. They continue this little sister circle thing, and they're talking, and Robin starts crying about something. I think she started talking about her ex husband and how it didn't work out, and they had a little moment. Giselle's wanted to share with the circle that one time she was on these pills that to make her go do number two, and she met with Mr. Miami, that guy that cornball that she went out with, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go to the bathroom." He was trying to wine and dine her. She finally got to a bathroom upstairs, and it was just a mess all over. And they talked about how they don't like to fart in front of their men, but every once in a while they'll let it out and do that. I was just like, child, whatever. We all human, shit. Um, but I get it's not proper or classy or pretty for a woman to be farting and passing gas around her man. I don't see what the hell the big deal is. It's better out than in, right? Who wants to be constipated? But okay. Was that pretty much it? Oh, also, they had a scene in the car. when it was all the girls in the car, Katie and Sharice and all them and Giselle. And they started talking about Russell Simmons. They just started, having talks about who they would sleep with. Somebody mentioned Bill Clinton and this and that and 50 Cent, yada yada. They said no. Of course not, because he's not white. But at least with this cast. So they started to talk about Russell Simmons. Katie had to stop the car and get out the car. I guess she was reminiscing about all the coins that Russell had and how much he probably gave her when they was together. And so yeah, um, I think it was pretty much this episode. It was funny some scenes, but other scenes I felt was just like rude or whatever. Um, this episode was a lot better than past episodes. Apparently, Karen is gonna be Ashley's mentor. She's gonna help her out and when they was doing the whole tell a sister how much you like her at the table thing. Karen had mentioned how much she likes Ashley and how Ashley is just like her. She reminds her of herself and she's a free spirit and yada yada. Of course she's just like you. Two women that you know looked up and ended up with a rich man and fucked him to the bank basically. I mean, let's just be real. That's pretty much what happened. You know, you have this older man with money, this young hot lady. They come together. She seduced him, and they eventually along the line fall in love. You know that whole thing, whatever. But Karen, insists that they built each other up, and she's not with him for the money. He didn't make her, and this and that. Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit, Karen. Anyway, I'm Mr. Chalake. Mr. Chalake on Google Plus. Follow me at ITSKINGWORLD on Twitter. Chasing us on Facebook and all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. At ITSKINGWORLD 89 on Snapchat. At ITSKINGWORLD 89 on Snapchat. I'm blabbing now. I'm going on. Information being the bottom bar below. Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm trying to stick it out, y'all. Help me, Jesus.